Hey you, welcome back to the channel. And guys, today we want to talk about what happened today. We're looking at the price on coin market cap here. The market has fallen to the $180 billion mark. And of course, we know now that a lot of this has been brought about by what appears to be a civil war with Bitcoin Cash and many cryptocurrencies somewhere caught in the middle of all of this. Many of you probably already know the story. You've heard what's been happening, why the price of all the cryptocurrencies have been dragging down the entire market as we've been trying to figure out what's been happening. But for many of us, it's what's happening with Bitcoin Cash between Dr. Craig Wright and Roger Ver as they battle out and as they go into this hash power war. It would seem that they might be funding the war with Bitcoin. Mean they're dumping quite a bit of Bitcoin on the market. And of course, as everything seems to be tethered to Bitcoin, you're going to get the entire market being pulled down, Electroneum being no exception. So guys, we've had these conversations before about the market being tethered to Bitcoin and about where true value lies. And this is the magic trick. This is the smoke and mirrors. When people are convinced that value comes from the movement of the market, right? When people panic sell, when they see the market doing a lot of weird stuff, they tend to forget about where value derives from. They tend to forget about technology. They tend to forget about all the elements where the actual book value is on a coin and not the market value, right? And so it's a big difference there in understanding that there can be value in something and the market doesn't pick up on that value, right? I can have a business full of assets and equipment, yet the market could still underprice those assets. But I can go into my factory or my building and I can sell off countless things. And when I get through selling off all of the assets I have, I'm more valuable than what the market pricing me at. So don't fall for the trick of what happens in the market and in some way or another identifying that with the value of your tokens, because that's when you lose a lot of money. So what makes a token valuable, right? Not just the market prices that are jumping up and down and what people are willing to pay for it. I know a lot of people say, well, it's whatever a person's willing to pay for it. But I don't believe that's exactly true. Obviously, that's not, because coin could have a lot of assets and value and equipment and projects and money out there. And so I would say that that's not really true. However, it is important, I think, that as investors, we're able to pick up and understand, how to gauge this value properly so we don't fall victim to when things like this happen. So what makes coins valuable, right? Obviously, the community, the people that are, the use cases of them, the people that are using the tokens. Do they have vendors? Do they have merchants? So, and a lot of the conversations we have with Electroneum, what I'm seeing a lot of conversations switch to now is people accepting Electroneum and setting up vendors and various things like that. And that is an excellent conversation to have. And that's an excellent thing to focus on, because that's where the actual value is. Don't worry about what the market's doing and what the price is doing at this present time. Worry about the value that your community sees in this token. Are they willing to give up something for Electroneum? Are you willing to sell me your computer equipment? Are you willing to do some act of labor or service if I were to offer you Electroneum? Because these are the building blocks and the foundation of actually making a coin valuable. And I think if we don't lose track of that, and if we can keep in in stride with that, I think that Electroneum will become this great coin we know it can be. And so I think that can happen. And I do think the community mentally is seeing that on the right track. The community's always been very supportive. And those are all the things, in my opinion, what makes a coin valuable, right? So don't let the prices concern you. Don't let them fool you into dumping your Electroneum for ridiculous prices. Don't fall for the scam, guys. And so a lot of more crazy stuff has happened, of course, with with this with what's happening with Dr. Craig, right? As he's talking about not only does he plan to destroy Bitcoin Cash, which is now like Bitcoin ABC, but after that, apparently there's rumor he has something called Operation Satoshi Shotgun, where he's going to then come after all the altcoins, or as many as he's able to battle and fight with and try and attempt to destroy them. And so you guys, many of you know my point of view on this. What it's always been that I'm not a big Bitcoin trader, never was a Bitcoin Cash trader. And if I want to really move money at this point in time, it would be Electroneum. Prior to that, it was maybe Dogecoin. Never really seen Bitcoin Cash or any of those guys as a viable way for me really to move my crypto. But I do think, at this point in time, however true that is, whether this person can actually pull that off or not, I do think it's important that at this point in time, as we've discussed earlier, we really need to get behind good coins with good visions and good values, complete visions, support their infrastructures. If you're not an Electroneum vendor, then think about supporting Electroneum businesses, right? The vendors that take it. And if you are a vendor or you're looking to be a vendor, that's great. I also want to say, I think it'd be a great idea. They may already have this. Maybe I just haven't looked around enough, but and maybe somebody's put this together, a directory of people that accept and take Electroneum. And let's try to get a little bit more supportive, because building up our structure and infrastructure, if a day ever comes where we're being attacked and targeted and various things like that by people like who commit malicious acts or have some kind of vision about destroying other projects just because it's not their project. By doing things like this, we're able to defend ourselves and eventually strengthen our infrastructure enough to where hopefully we can decouple from Bitcoin and many other, and just the cryptocurrency market in general to a great degree. I think we'd be a lot better off that when they move, our movement has nothing to do with theirs. Our projects have nothing to do with theirs. And I know we tend to look at crypto as a whole and go, oh, well, hopefully the cryptocurrency market overall goes up or Bitcoin goes up so our token can go up. But those things are not 100% factual. It's nothing 100% factual that says that tokens have to go up and move exactly with Bitcoin. There are many cases where tokens have moved adversely to Bitcoin and perform way better than Bitcoin. And it all depends on the structure, and it all depends on what's going on in that particular token. So I do think we're really going to have to start to focus on that, take things serious, what's going on in the cryptocurrency market, try to get out of being along for the ride. The Electroneum team, they're working to advance. They're working hard every day to advance Electroneum through their management part. And as a community, I think we can make this happen, guys, but we really got to separate our mental concepts from the cryptocurrency space. Let's start building up these vendors. Let's start accepting Electroneum more. Let's, as a community, try to create this Electroneum system and structure that works for us, and we can build it together. I think that's going to be important going forward into the future. But guys, that's all I want to say today. Don't be fooled by the price. Learn to gauge and see true value in products that are good products that make sense, and don't get into ridiculous hash wars, ICO wars, because people or just raising money and not doing anything with it, because people on the outside looking in, when they see this amount of chaos and disorder, would you really want to come in and put your money into just utter chaos? And what's going on with Bitcoin Cash shows me that there is a great deal of short-sightedness, that I thought that these were titans and good business people. And they're showing me that it almost feels like they just got lucky with this all, and got into these positions like they did, that it was just luck of the draw, so to speak, because their actions and going forward and not looking at this as a whole, thinking that you can destroy markets and destroy innocent people who've invested their money into these projects to get at somebody else and crazy stuff like that. I couldn't in good conscience try to convince people on the outside to come into cryptocurrency and invest a lot of their money in the cryptocurrency when such ridiculousness as that is going on. So let's not have those mindsets. Let's try to do what we can to build up a good cryptocurrency and a good community, and try to separate from all of the craziness. That's all I got today, guys. If you like content like this, don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, take care.